I wonder what that move was. What was that little nudge that caused you to click this time? Maybe it was you just got tired of seeing so many of those office hours without knowing what they were. Your curiosity got the better of you. You finally had to get up and find out what's what. Good. We've been waiting. You're late. I'm Brian Brushwood. Some of you guys know me as like the internet's older brother. Ooh, I've seen some stuff. You better believe it. And we're going back to the most important part, when I changed scamming deceptionology for the better. A lot of magicians didn't like it. And a Promethean myth come to life. Nailed it. I stole magic from the gods and brought it to you. Today we celebrate that here on Office Hours. Office Hours is the live Five Nation check-in. That's where I check in with everybody over at Scam School, over at now Scam Nation, Modern Rogue, X.com. You ever hear of it? I don't. It's still Twitter in my heart. Twitch.tv/Night Attack, and God help us, even the fine folks over at LinkedIn. Look, we keep the legends alive, and there's no legend greater than these legends right here. May I introduce you to the Diamond Club, the elite, the real ones. You can be among them. I mean, most of you guys are watching this in vaudeville, in the future, in the past, or we're in the past. Doesn't matter. You're late. That's the important part. These folks, on time, ready to rock, ready to change lives and melt faces. Why don't you join us? Usually in the morning I go live, and then anywhere you can find us. We're all here. Not late. Yeah. In fact, I was late. Hello, Hiker Evil 8581. Hello, G. James B. Hello, Millum Tempest, Bray J, Princess Judith, Magic 51, Killer Spud, Flochinachi, Jonathan Hazlitt, Banterats, Hawk Warley, and so many more. No Instagram. Good God, don't. Look, when we get the budget, we'll eventually reach out to the other nations, the Balkan Islands. Or the Falkland Islands. Yeah, that's right. I was thinking of Balkanized and Falkland Islands. Look, it doesn't matter. Hey, guys, so here's what we're doing on this, our 150th day of Office Hours. That's starting to sound like a real number, isn't it? We're revisiting episode 49 of Scam School. If you missed it, Scam School is the most important show in all of human history. Transformed all of magic. Put deception on the map. It was the show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. The web's longest running show dedicated to social engineering. And so we celebrate it with Scam School, a legally distinct property of live streams in which we call it the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. Here's the game. What we do is we are going to watch the old episode in its entirety. During the show, you guys are going to type all your questions in the chat. I'm going to answer all of the questions once we're done and provide a whole bunch of interesting behind-the-scenes production notes, things that have updated, parts of the world that have changed since this came out. And then we'll get up to some shenanigans. We got lots of good shenanigans today. I'm late because I had a burst of productivity. I can't wait to share it with you guys. You'll hear all about that in just a moment. But for now, we're going to go visit a trick so good, it fools yourself. And we're going to learn exactly how it's done. And you're going to see somebody who I believe, we're going to have to track this down, but I believe is the creator of the Internet Archive. Yep. It's going to be a good one. Here we go. Let's watch the episode, and then we will dive in.
What if I told you you could do a killer card trick with no talent, no skill, and without even touching the freaking cards? Well, that's what you're going to do in this episode of Scam School. This episode of Scam School brought to you by HBO's new series, Eastbound and Down. Welcome to the long, dark, forgotten stepson of High School Musical, Scam School, the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. I'm your host, Brian Brushwood, and this week we actually have another card trick that doesn't involve sleight of hand, no talent, no skill, and it's the only trick you can do while you're holding the pint. We're going to learn the spelling bee. What's going on, guys? I'm Brian. How you doing? What's your name?
Brian. I'm Jordan.
Jordan and
Brewster.
Brewster. Excellent. Jordan and Brewster. Fantastic. I'm going to show you guys. I'm not a fan of card tricks, usually, but this one had such a different plot, and it was great because it required no skill, and I don't even have to touch the cards. So I loved it already, right?
Can't beat it.
So here's what I want you to do. We're going to take out 9 cards. It doesn't matter what the 9 cards are. You guys could choose them however way you want. Just pull them out. Make sure we got 9. And what you want is 3 piles of 3 cards each.
Two more.
I think that's 9, actually. Yeah.
We got 9.
Make
We're up to 9.
3 piles of 5 cards each. So it looks just like that. 3 piles of 3 cards each.
Okay. There you go.
Look at that, already off to a smashing success. I want you to pick up any one of those. You guys work together, choose one of those, pick up the pile, and look at the bottom card. And both of you remember it, because otherwise it's a really stupid trick.
Okay.
I'm going to look over here so I make sure I have no idea what the card is you're thinking of.
All right. Okay.
You got it? All right,
We wouldn't tell you. No way.
Whichever
No way.
pile you picked up, I want you to set it on one of the other piles.
So on top of the other pile.
Yeah, there we go. So that's the one you picked it up from, right?
Right.
Excellent. Now take those and put it on the third one. Excellent. Now here, simple instructions. All I want you to do is scoop up the cards. First, you're going to spell silently. Don't let me hear, because otherwise I might know what your card is.
Right.
I want you to spell, and as you spell out the value of the card, I want you to deal down 1 card for each letter. So if it was a 4, you do F-O-U-R, and then set the deck on top.
Okay.
If it was a queen, you do Q-U-E-E-N, and then set the deck on top.
Okay.
All right, so you go ahead and deal them down silently. You don't let me hear. Don't.
Got it.
There you go. Excellent. Now, of course, when you say the value of a card, you've got 4 of diamonds. So let's do like the of, O-F, and then do that. Same thing over there.
Okay. No.
Perfect. And
You always
now,
get this wrong.
same thing for the suits. Okay. Now remember, suits are plural. So if it's C-L-U-B-S or diamonds,
Right.
and then drop it down. There you go. And now, I tell you what, let's do my name. How about that?
Wow.
Is that magical enough?
There we go.
So we're
Totally magical.
scoop them up, and I want you to spell my name. Spell B-R-I-A-N.
We're a team.
All right, All right, there we go. Freeze
We're
everything.
stopping.
Freeze
We're
everything.
stopping. We're freeze.
Remember
We're
what
frozen.
happens. You guys pick the cards.
Absolutely.
You decided the piles.
Yes.
You glimpsed a card.
Yes.
Stacked them all up.
Yes.
I never knew what the value was. I never knew anything.
Right.
You
No,
guys spelled out the value of and the suit, and then my name. And what was the card you guys picked at the beginning?
2 of spades.
Woohoo! Did you guys like it? Hey, patronizing applause. I love it. Don't worry, you're going to learn how this one works. But first, we have to thank our sponsors over at HBO's new series, Eastbound and Down, starring Danny McBride. The new comedy series by HBO, Eastbound and Down, premieres February 15th, 10:30 p.m., immediately following Flight of the Conchords.
Oh, wow. Following Flight of the Conchords.
I play real sports.
That's amazing. All right. This is, there we go. They're back to me, the important part.
Kenny Powers by heading over to messagefromalegend.com. Now on the card trick, this thing is completely self-working. You follow the steps, it does itself. So of course the first question people ask is,
Does it work for every card?
this is the best thing about it.
It works for
does.
every card.
It works for every single
king,
card
queen.
in the entire deck. Here, let's go ahead and walk through it. It's actually a mathematical puzzle, and in fact, I had the privilege of talking to the guy who used to do puzzles for Scientific American, Martin Gardner. This guy's
my hero.
You know who Martin Gardner is? I got to meet him recently, and we talked about this very trick. And one of the things we talked about was that it turns out that for the value of the card, basically, let's say this. We'll say the king of diamonds.
Right.
You want to take whatever pile it's on and stack it on the other
down.
2. So it's 3 down
down.
to start with.
Okay.
Now here's the amazing thing. Let's say, now in this case, we're going to deal K-I-N-G and then drop it. Just to peek in on how we're doing, there we go. It looks like the king is 3 from the bottom. Now we're going to do O-F, and now it's 5th from either side. It's right in the middle after 2 moves, right?
Right.
So let's say, same situation. We're going to put the king 3 from the top, but let's say we misspell. Let's say we write down queen, Q-U-E-E-N, O-F, and it's right there
In the 5th spot.
in the 5th spot. Now we're going to do it same thing. Let's do it with ace, A-C-E. We're going to pick it up, Oh, I guess HCZOF. Yep. And then there it is. Crimson spot. And all the numerical values either have 3, 4, or 5 letters. So by the time you go through and spell it and do of, it's always going to be in the middle. After that, here's the other killer part. Then you go DIAMONDS, and it's still
In the 5th spot.
in the 5th spot. If you do CLUBS, guess where it is?
In the 5th spot.
It's still in the 5th
Holy
spot.
Moses.
Isn't that amazing?
For a beer, I'll be able to name your card without ever seeing it.
No way. That's impossible, sir.
No, we can do
I'm
it.
offended that you would suggest such a thing.
Just go and pick any of these 3 piles and take a look at the bottom.
Okay, look at your bottom. Got it. All right, done.
Okay, now stack
He's
it
not cute enough looking at
stack it
the
on top of that one.
All right, got
Now
it.
take both of those
And put it over here.
You got it.
over here. Okay.
You got it. What
All
do
right.
what do I do now?
Now, spell the card number
There you
by
go.
last letters.
Silent, because we don't want to hear it. We just don't want to hear it. We don't want to know. We want to be
You guys are
ignorant.
born
We tell them.
naturals. I need to get you matching sequence vests for this. All right, T-E-N. There. All right, got it.
Oh, no, you said
Oh,
it
I'm
loud.
sorry. I'm sorry. I
No,
shouldn't
come
have said
on.
anything.
All
Yeah,
right,
you got
sorry,
it.
And then
sorry.
of, now you have to do 2 more.
Right. Yep.
right.
You got
And
it.
now you have to do the soup,
The
but
soup.
spell it right.
Do what?
Do the
Do
soup.
The soup. Yeah.
Spell out.
C-O-U-B-S. All right, got it.
All right.
And we're so magic, we're going to tell you what your card is because it's the top and bottom.
No, wait.
No, one more thing. One more thing. What's your name?
Well, my
Any
name.
name is fine.
Well, my name is Brian.
Brian.
Perfect.
Brian, spell out your name. When you get to the bottom of your name, okay, spell out your name.
B-R-I-A-N.
Look at that card, Brian. Look at that card.
This can't
Tell me-
possibly.
There
Good
it
God!
is. Amazing.
Burn the witches! You guys bring up a good point though, because once you get to the point where you're ready for, once you've done the value, the of, and the suit, you do have to. It's 5 down. So take any 5-letter word. It can be M-A-G-I-C. You can say magic. You can say scams. S-C-A-M-S. Or what's great is it doesn't even have to be a 5-letter word. Let's say somebody's name is John.
Right.
You can go J-O-H-N, and you know that the next one is going to be theirs.
Right.
So
Right.
any 4 or 5-letter word will work. You guys were a freaking blast. I hope that was worth a bit
It's a
for you
pleasure.
guys.
It was
Thank
worth
you
a
so
bit.
much. I love this trick. It's one of the few card tricks that actually fools yourself. You can actually do it over the phone. As long as they follow the instructions, the right card is going to show up at the right time. By the way, I want to give a very special thanks to Mr. Diamond Jim Tyler, who took me out to meet the legend Martin Gardner, where we discussed this very trick. Make sure to pick up Diamond Jim's book, Bamboozlers, full of bar bets that'll blow your mind, at his website as well. If you have video of you pulling off these scams, I want you to post them at the boards at revision3.com/scamschool. Any questions about this scam, or if you want to suggest your favorite bar scam, write me directly at brian@revision3.com. Next episode, we're going to be learning how to take embarrassing photos of the paparazzi. But for now, I'm going to get back to the bar.
Hey, Scam School faithful. For the month of February, we're conducting a survey to get some additional information about our viewers. We'd love your feedback. If you have a few minutes to spare, please do us a favor and take the survey at revision3.com/scamschoolsurvey. For those of you who complete the survey, you'll be treated to a sneak peek at a new show we've been working on. Thanks for helping us out.
This week, we teach you a card trick that involves 3 piles of 3 cards each, and then they turn over one of the piles and they glimpse the bottom cards, and then they spell out the cards, and at the end, it turns out that's the card they thought of. This week, a card trick that involves spelling. I love this trick. It actually does itself. As long as you follow the instructions, it can't go wrong. What do you say, little Jim Louderback? I feel a little bit weird standing next to Jim Louderback Jr. over here. Doesn't that look like Jim? I'm Jim. I'm Jim Louderback. You need to... What's something Jim would say? I love Scam School. Give me more episodes immediately. Where is Jim?
He left. He left.
Prager, come look at little Jim.
Do I have stuff on my teeth?
Oh, no.
Yeah, you do actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a good one. We did it. Ladies and gentlemen, we found him. The elusive, the incredible, the all-important C block. The most important part of the entire thing. if you're new here, I suppose I should always back up. If you're new here, we've been on the hunt. This is the most important contribution to the art of magic that Scam School ever did, which is the third segment. Rather than here's a trick, that's how it's done, the end, we made it here's a trick, how it's done. Now you do it. And what a cool thing. I believe is it Brewster McHale? Let's see. Brewster. Who was it that did Internet Archive? Brewster Kale, not McHale. Yeah, Brewster Kale is founder of the Internet Archive. Also, how old was he? Because I think I'm older than he was then. When was he born? 1960, which means in 2009, he would have been... No. 49? Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm older than he was. Kuro Metariku was making fun of me, saying I was scamming the elderly. Guess what? Guess what? Older than we're older than they. Son of a gun. So this one is a beautifully. First of all, production notes. Oh, by the way, first and foremost, I enabled all the spells. So I guess the rules have to be, once we get past the video, then spells are enabled. So feel free to let me know whether or not they work. There's only 2 spells, and they're not very good. But we'll make them come back. Let's see. Nope, nobody. Okay, here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, did it not work? Egads. Oh, no. I didn't save the right things in here. It's making a call to the wrong thing. Oh, hold on. We're going to have to go out of order. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Oh, man. Yeah, we do have Humdinger. Humdinger's active. But let me look at the event flow editor. This one is input 27. Okay, so I got to figure out what I put in there and do it again. It's fine. This is a good reinforcement exercise. There's no substitute for doing the reps. So we'll do this. Media, Brian, office hours. I got to put both of these in. That one and that one. And then let's see if it works now. No audio, though. What am I missing? What am I missing? We're back again. Wait for it. Save this. Try it again. G-R-A. Oh, no. Oh. Reply G-R-A-I-D-A. Okay, kind of. Okay, so if I remember correctly, the other thing I had to do, we'll get here. We'll get here. Oh, but first we have to get out of here. If I remember correctly, I think it was overlay transitions. I think I had to do this, automatically restart with transition. So it does this, and then it does it again. Yep. Okay. We're all, Lost Hate is asking, I never know what channel we're on. Everybody's spread out. So the best thing is, if you want the lowest latency experience, 2 to 3 seconds is the Twitch environment. Outside of that, I think more people tend to be in Modern Rogue. But if you're looking for all the other folks, you know, feel free to stay in your own cozy nation of choice. Or if you're on YouTube and you want more people in the chat, then Modern Rogue is usually where there's more people. And as I've said before, Scam School is a bit of an oldie station that suddenly is very, very relevant given my quest to fix all of security in the face of an AI-powered scam-apocalypse. So BioCow says 4 seconds on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Night Attack. Come to Twitch. We have cookies and less lag. LinkedIn always asks me to thumbs up if I like Brushwood updates and notifications. Heck yeah. Make sure to do that. Okay, so now let's get back to the important part. We got to close the loop on this. GR8IDA input 27. Overlay input in. Oh, that's right. Okay, so then next up I got to go to overlay. Oh, goodness. Okay, so let me see. It was overlay input. I think we got to the end of this yesterday, and then we're going to get back to the rest of the shenanigans, I promise. Let's see, Stinger. Oh, that's the wrong one. How interesting. Okay, so now what we need is we're going to do this down here. Sit tight. Input. Let's see, what did I have? $500. Okay. Number. Oh, 6. Type, full screen, effect, fade, 500, 2500. Oh, wait a minute. Did you guys just do that? Stinger input. Oh no, I'm gonna have to rebuild this all from scratch. Either that or okay. All right, hold on. Is that you guys? You guys are making me bonkers. Let's see. This is the stuff from yesterday. Oh man, what a sneaky way for the universe to make me do my homework. Okay, lost my work from yesterday. Here's what I'm seeing. Remind me of what to do again in vMix. Calls, so then I'll just grab this. Haha. Pop that in there. Pow, pow. And then I'll click on that. Choo choo. And then I'll do that. Got him. And then I'll click overlay. And then I'll do this. Overlay settings. There we go. And then finally, I will webhook to trigger is yow. All right, let's see what it says. We'll get lucky. And then, by the way, if you guys want to get ahead of schedule, what you can do is right now, you could be placing your bets. Placing your bets on what the number of views are on that particular episode. That episode was posted 19 years ago. It's the most important episode in the history of Scam School. It's the invention of the codifying of the Super T's and the C block. And the question before the committee is, how many views do you think it got? So overlay 6 settings. Open the overlay button, bottom right, choose number 6, full screen fade, 500, 2500. I think that's what I have. 6 Full screen fade, 500, 2500. Remove the trigger. Effect duration, 500. Effect duration, 500. Duration, 2500. Okay. Input 27s. Automatically mix audio checked. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah. So this one. Great idea. I have to turn that off. All right, now you guys can try it. See if you could do it. Oh man, thank you so much, Jim Batty, Jim Batista Baldari 4467. Oh, that seemed to work, guys. Do that, yeah, do that again. Let me see what happens. We'll see if we get audio. 69, 69, 69, death from below, 8. I love it. GR8IDA. Okay. So that's not mixing in with the audio for some reason. So why would that be? I know we solved this once before. Has to be with the buses. Oh, that's right. It's this right here. Yeah. Okay, that's what it was. All right, now try it one more time. We'll see if it works this time. I think we got it, and then we can get back to business.
That's a great idea. Yeah!
Hey, it's back. It's back. Now I'm going to save it.
That's a great idea. Yeah!
No, it was turned on. There was a number of different things, and it was good that I got a rehearsal on this. Thank you very much, Princess Judith. First of all, one thing is I got to remember that its audio track is separate than mine, and it doesn't come out of the main mix computer track. It comes in on the same bus that Tom Merritt does when he calls in. So this is on the guest bus that it appears.
That's a great idea.
See, and like that, I was able to just turn it down. Hey, perfect. And then the other thing is that there's a new landscape. There's a new section of the board that I've never had to look at, the overlay settings. But I'm going to have to get better at it as I set all of these up so we can do more stuff like... Oh. Like this. Restart. Fix that. This one is that. So we could do this. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, so that's the hard thing on 6. But if I hit 7.
Whoa, that's a great idea.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. But now part of my mental framework is the mapping of the overlays on there. Got it. Tom Barrett needs to never have a great idea. That's it. All right. So place your bets, people. How many views do we think the spelling bee card trick got? Let's see what you guys. We have 69, not a bad idea. 64,000, not bad. We've seen some wild swings, 32,000, 259,000, 50,000, 7, $1. Yep, there you go. Not Scary Steve says 7. 12,000 from Princess Judith, and the winner is 92,000. That's great. How about that? That's a great idea. Wait a minute. Nope, I'll do that in a minute. It's about to get fast, guys. Now that I know how to make buttons that do things, it's going to be so many buttons that do so many things. My God, it's going to be so many buttons and things. Congratulations to Oh Yeah, It's Adam. By the way, you guys will have to report to me who was the winner on those. Oh Yeah, It's Adam is the official winner. Not Price is Right rules, just closest, full stop. So the next thing we like to do is, as a rolling piece of performance art in this age of noisy AI, apocalyptic robots, scam botters, we like to do a wave of positivity because YouTube's a marvel. It remembers everything you ever watched all the way back to the very first episode. It remembers every comment that you ever given, and it'll say howdy when somebody responds back to you. So we think it's a lot of fun to go back through the back catalog. I'm going to post that URL in the chat. Join me, and we're going to respond to all of these with positive energies. I owe so much to Scam School. After reading the first Scam School book, I was reminded of this fantastic gem. It's a wonderful trick and has awed many people that I performed this for. Thanks so much for sharing this trick. Wow, this comment just made my day. Apologies that it took me 8 years to run across. Brian. Here we go. In fact, I'm going to switch this account to Scam Nation. There we go. Yeah, I second what Modern Rogue said. He says, not a fan of card tricks. Usually hosts a show that has hundreds of card tricks. Legit point. The two guys' names are Jordana Brewster, the Illuminati confirmed. Looks like I got some Googling to do. So sad that Gardner died 1 year later. Yeah, man. Dude, Gardner was the best. This is called Lie Detector. The Russian teacher showed me this 3 years ago. He adds a funny part at the beginning where they can shuffle switch they want, but they don't make them sleepy. But don't make them sleepy. I prefer your name and ending as opposed to his in the middle. The third then spell Truth. Ooh. I never saw that presentation. Thanks, Brian. The first time I saw this, I didn't know the spelling bees were the thing. Because why would you make a competition out of spelling? If it exists, there is a competition for it. I think that's rule 33 in life. Haha. 353, turn on captions. Let's see, what does it say here at 353? Oh, yeah. What was the card you picked at the beginning? Ding, woo. You guys like it? Hey, patronizing applause. I love it. Oh, I don't think you realized I actually said those words. That was an accurate... Those are accurate captions in 2026. Any memory of what they were when you wrote this? Brian. Skip ad. This is a very early YouTube comment. How long does it take you to do your hair? 9 minutes. How are there only 2 comments? WTF? What Judith said. 4th? Well done. How many cards do you need? Just 9. Works fine with diamonds. DIAMONDS. Yeah, because that'll take you... That just reverses them all. Because again, once it's in the 5th one in the middle, that's all that matters. Actually, it doesn't work with every card. Aha! But jokers are wild. So you just spell whatever, I guess. 7th. Great. Barely anyone saw this episode. Yep. Doesn't work if you translate it in French. I better move to England. Haha. Yes, it does. I tried it with diamonds. That music was too damn loud. What? First this year. Nice. Cool. We did it. That was an easy one. How did I get Joe Diamond to spill the beans? Well, it helped that he had literally already taught the trick on Scam Nation, and then that was what the producers of Penn Teller Fool Us watched and said, yes, do that on national TV. Luckily, Brian has a very short-term memory and was able to forget it just in time to be amazed by it all over again. It's a great trick. Wait, music too loud? Was that your retweet yesterday? Yeah, dude, a lot of people are really mad that microphones in 2008 weren't as good and that music had to cover up boring shop sounds and production equipment was different. It's really interesting. Oh my God, Charles Rubach. It's so good to see you, Charles. Ladies and gentlemen, OG, the real deal. You know what? Charles decided to pop in, and I say,
That's a great idea! Yeah!
So good to see you, man. I would love to grab a bite to eat sometime soon. It's been a minute. Let's see. It'd be a pretty bad trick if it didn't work with every card. That's correct. How long did it take you to do your hair like that back then? Let's consult. I am so glad. Crazy video game hair 9 minutes. I made a tutorial. So many people asked that I made a time lapse of it. But most people just watched the beginning of it. But it was 9 minutes is the answer. And, as I'm fond of pointing out, once I put it up, it would last for a good 2 or 3 days. You'd wake up and some of them would be sideways. You just push them back into place. And then what really did it is I would do my stage show and I'd break a brick over my head, and then that would sort of reset it. Turns out that once you have cracks and crumbles and stones in your hair, you gotta wash all that out. How long at first? Oh man. Well, now you're talking about R&D costs, because it got faster once I started cutting my hair specifically for that look. How long does it take to do the hair like it is now? Much less, actually. This is also kind of a dialed-in cut. It just falls right into place. That's the thing about short hair, is it doesn't take very long to clean. Did the hairdo help against the brick? It wouldn't surprise me if it provided a bit of cushioning on there. Yeah, maybe 3 minutes. The big one on this is that I've got a cowlick that wants to pop up. Wants to, let's see. Yeah, it's being well behaved right now. But this guy likes to go full Dennis the Menace there. My dad's bald. I'm glad I'm not. Although I continue to have my perpetual 5 head. Yeah. BioCow, did you grow your hair out during the apocalypse? When everybody was like, fuck it? Buzz cut is pretty good. I always like the way a buzz feels. That was actually one of my favorite things about doing this hair, was that I got to have the interesting stuff of it being up, but then also like that buzz cut on the side was very satisfying. Yeah, Phil Jester magic. We were talking about that yesterday, about how the greatest magic trick, full stop, that I ever did was fooling, let's see, Brian's Ep49 fail, was fooling, like, I think conservatively 1 billion people saw this. I don't think that's an exaggeration. And because it was all seen in an untrackable way, and it still exists in like the Gauntlet gore porn video. But look at this. The original video still has less than 800,000 views because nobody, this is what got scraped, and it clocked in at under 1 megabyte. And I would not be surprised. I told the story yesterday of being on a cruise ship with my daughter, and suddenly there I am on screen being used as a punchline for this magician show. It's crazy. 1 billion views does not equal 1 billion people. Yeah, no. I mean 1 billion people. I think that it transcends. I think that is so archetypally exactly the right look to it that I think 1 billion humans saw it, especially if you count like everybody who's died since then. Yeah, Charles Rubach, it fooled everyone. I fooled the world. Isn't that wild? Yeah, there's even a tiny flash in there. Yeah, I would say. Yeah, you can't. Well, you see it flash right there and there. In fact, I think if you go to knife.scamstuff.com, I did a download where you could just get all the original shots of it in there, and I also upscaled it with early AI stuff. It's pretty great. And there's so many borrowed bits in there too. Like the ta-da, that's straight out of Arrested Development when Job has, I think a finger gets cut off or something, and they attach it back on, and he wakes up and goes ta-da. Yeah, Lost Hate's right. Although 1.99 is kind of this awesomely tantric thing. There's the flash right there. All right, let's take a look at the agenda. What do we got? Oh, yeah, spells continued. So we've got Humdinger. Oh, wait, if I do it, it'll do 3 times. So I have to respond to someone. Reply. Humdinger. Yep. So that's the first one. Did I think HD was going to kill magic videos? I did not. Thank you very much, Not Scary Steve. That's a good citizen. This guy, Steve's. And then the next one is GRAIDA.
That's a great idea. Yeah!
Okay. So what's another thing that we can do that's like a random, like what's a beat? Like a I do Nailed It by Scott Alexander and so wanted to do the ta-da version for my magician friends. That's hilarious. Why would Humdinger kill magic videos cleanup? That's funny. There we go. Oh no. Okay. So let me show you guys the progress I made on the presentation stuff. Some of you guys have been watching. There we go. Yeah, I guess not. You guys are going to dig this. So I'm working on the proto-hybrid of the Telestrator and a PowerPoint presentation, all native in vMix. Oh man, I love this. There we go. Yeah. So check this out. Yep. I've got to go all the way to page 195. Sit tight. Great. So in this case, oh, you know what? Here's an idea. What would be the right way to do this? Oh, I know. Here, I'll be right back. All right, so here's the idea is I want to create magical presentations for my speaking engagements, which means while everybody's watching, they're undoubtedly going to have some kind of mental model of how I'm doing whatever it is I'm doing on screen. And when that happens, this is going to be great. Let's see. Okay. Change this to hey, look at that. Watch this. So I'll go to layers. We'll change this one to this one. Hey. All right, cool. So, here we go. All right. So then what I'll do is I'll change full screen. Display 1, output. Oh, settings, full screen 1, display 2. Nope.
That's a great idea! Yeah!
We're not there yet. Wait a second. Let's see, display settings. Okay, 1, 2. So that brings us over here. Full screen. Oh. Should be display 3. Yeah. Cool. All right. So awesome. So what that means is I have to go to this list here. Yeah. Okay. And then, oh, this would be dope. We're not going to crop. Don't croppy that floppy. Yeah. Okay. So now get this. Oh, okay. So many things to unpack. First of all, this guy right here, reminder. Oh, I don't know if I can show you. Yeah, you can. So this guy right here clips onto the board. This is a flick pen, or sorry, a flick button with a button extender 3D printed on there in a holster. Thank you very much, Cliff, for suggesting these. But this guy is now set up to advance. Oh, shoot. Oh, wait, is this set up wrong? Yeah, I guess it is. Where are the others? 1, 2, 3. Ah. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So we got 3 clips. So here's what I'm doing. I'll complete a sentence here in just a second. It's going to be great. Okay, so this guy clips right here. This is my advance through everything. Oh no. Ah, here's the stylus. So I click this guy to advance through the PowerPoint, but then this guy, which I'll mount somewhere else, will turn off and on the telestrator on there. And the telestrator is split into 3 zones that change the orientation. So you got the bulk of drawing stuff here, and then you've got Spice up top for a headline, and then the other one on bottom. So I'll show you what that looks like in practice. So in this case, so I'll hit this. There we go. And it advances right into a video on the playlist. And if I want to, I could just throw, oh, wait, no, that's the back button. Is this back? Oh, it is. So that means this one. So watch this. So during this, oh no. Oh, now it's working. That was interesting. Okay. There we go. And so you can see this is where things and stuff happens. And if I want to, I can bring it off, bring it back on. I could say, and then get rid of it. Yep. And then keep on going through all of this. And then I could point out things. That's easier to, it's actually easier to leave that going the whole time, isn't it? And then I can oh. So here's the best part is what I want to do in the middle of everything is to have what looks like just me doing stuff live, but then imagine this guy all of a sudden starts side scrolling and the video comes to life as they walk along. Right? It totally is. It's a great idea. And then meanwhile, let's see. Stuff like this. I can point out that this right here is a thing. This is 2 billion in 2017. Now we're at 16 billion. And then now we're at 40 billion. So we have a genuine hockey stick graph. That's what we're worried about there. So true hockey stick. And then look at that. While I'm doing all that, I'm able to just keep on moving. And I can make a point about two cultures. Talk about Magic Live versus DEF CON. Magic Live is an anti-fragile network. DEF CON is highly siloed. And that's why they have a brittle problem and what they need. So, anti-fragile versus fragile. And then it's just like, no. So where does that show up? Does that show up in there? Yeah, it does. So you see here, when I write this, so we get, I don't know if you can see it on there, but basically whatever I write across the top shows up on that left side, across the bottom, like that. And then I can kill that and just keep on going. Talk about that first podcast. Yep. And then now we're into doxing territory. And I was warned not to do that. But that mixture of video, printed slides, and live elements, I think is really powerful stuff. Yeah. So now I have to build out an actual deck for that. This is for the cybersecurity talks. By the way, if you guys aren't familiar, guess what's coming up? We've got one of the most important episodes of Scam School we ever did, which is my talk on how to scam your way into anything. That's the one that became the flagship keynote that I do for everyone from 3-letter government agencies to DEF CON to South by Southwest to TED to to international security conventions. It's great. It's pretty great. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Perry Carpenter's here. I'm glad you checked in. Yeah, I think that there's formatting stuff. Right now, I'm in the 0 to 1 phase of all of that. But you were there, Perry, for that whole setup was me just in the convene keynote, was just kind of throwing it together on an underpowered laptop. Now that we have a better machine to work with, I think that all of this is going to work a lot better. And in fact, what I'll probably do is I'll probably make the telestrator that'll be a shoe button, activate, deactivate, and then I could just have slide advance on this. In fact, let me do it with my shoe right now. Let me see what that looks like. So if you guys missed it, here's the part about the shoes. Trying to solve for ways to do things when both your hands are occupied, but your body doesn't telegraph what's going on. So I'm going to put this clip on this shoe. Pretty soon I'm going to get back to wearing nice shoes. And then this other clip on there. And so now, oh wait, this is the wrong one. Oh, I could just remap this one. Yeah, so here's what I'll do. I'll just clone. I'll clone this guy. We'll do shortcuts. Find this one, that's D1. I will clone D6 and I will make it D1. Okay. And I will remove that. Great. Close it. Save it. So now shortcuts. Yeah, that's D1. D1 should be layer on off. Oh, it's got to be all three. I see. Value 1. So I also have to clone this 3 times. So really what's easier is to just take this and change it to D1. And take this and change it to D1. And take this and change it to D1. And then delete this guy. Remove that. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Well, we're getting close. Where is the hockey stick? Shortcuts. D1 value 1. D1 value 2. D1 value 3. Yeah. So now, there we go. Now all of those guys pop on. So there we go. So if I put the shoe on, oh, this is great. Look at this. Now look at what more relaxed posture I get to.
That's a great idea.
I know, right? I know. So here I am. I'm going through all of these slides. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. And so I'm advancing with the button, just using my pinky down here. And then when I get to this part, I'm like, oh, yeah, you know what? This dude, there's an important thing. Let me tell you about this guy right here. Oh, except he's down here. And then I'll be like, a dude. This is pew pew. Anyway, now let's continue. And then during that, I can bring it back. And then where it's like, oh, that brings me to these other dudes. Where this is a thing that leads to this. And it's like, Brian. There we go. We can get rid of that. We got black space. Yes. Yes. Soon you will be mine. There we go. And so advance this, throw this on, and then we can track this stuff here. Important. And then conclusion, which you can't see because it's on that. It looks like a Y when that, now that's a great idea, pops up. Yeah. And I can turn that off and on. Look at that. It's coming together. Yeah, that all tracks. All right, so we did good. Looking at the agenda, which is now many pages back. Whoops. Well, I think we got to everything. And soon, Just Robert Young's going to come over. We're going to do the bonus episodes, the bones. Thank you very much to all the patrons over at patreon.com/greatnight. Guys, we're getting close to the point where I'm going to need to make... Oh, hello, Austin the man. Good to see you. We're getting close to the time that we're going to have to do new intro videos for the channels that are aligned with where we're headed. The meta has updated, guys. It's really exciting. Austin the man, don't even worry about it. I'm glad you're here. That's what matters now. Here is your homework for tomorrow. Let's come up with more spell ideas. I like this one.
That's a great idea. Yeah!
but I'll tell you what, my homework will be to make a better one of those that doesn't look so ChatGPT-ish. So Sora, rest in peace. And you guys come up with another beat. That's a great idea, is a good one. And then what other moments you guys should peanut gallery up on? Oh no, J3301, your timing. We're just now wrapping up. I'll see you guys later. Oh wait, did somebody do? Yeah, new keynote is the most Brian excuse to get more equipment. Yes, just wait until I start new series. New series will be a great excuse to buy more equipment too. All right, bye guys. That's a bad idea. That's pretty good, ATL John Boy. All right, gang, see you tomorrow.
That's a great idea. Yeah!